Let's talk about former Proud Boys leader Joe Biggs. He wasn't the president. That was Enrique Tarrio. But Joe Biggs was one of the guys who was convicted of seditious conspiracy. He was sentenced to 17 years in prison, and then he was pardoned by Donald Trump. There's an article about him today in The Independent. The headline reads, "A former Proud Boys leader was freed from a 17-year prison sentence by Trump. Then his problems began." For a very critical reason. I'll just read these first couple sentences. On the day Joe Biggs found out he was being released from a lengthy jail sentence by the newly inaugurated Donald Trump, a prison officer was on hand to dampen his mood. "You're still going to be screwed," Biggs recalled the guard, warning him. "You're not getting pardoned. You're only getting your sentence commuted, so you're still a terrorist." It would turn out to be a prescient parting shot. So he was not pardoned. His sentence was commuted, which means his convictions still stand. He is a convicted felon. He was convicted for seditious conspiracy. Of the 1,600 or so people who were pardoned, or of that group, 14 of them were not pardoned. They had their sentences commuted. Joe Biggs was one of those people. So he still stands guilty for this crime. And he said that his life is still on hold until he can get a pardon. It's like you're out of jail, but you're still in jail. You're kind of a burden on your family when you're in prison. But now I come home and I'm just draining money. I'm not bringing anything to the table to help my family. So I'm more of a burden and I don't fit in. I don't feel right. Aw, maybe you shouldn't have tried to overturn an election, Joe. His story is full of the same contradictions that characterize the most extreme parts of Trump's MAGA base. He has gone to jail for Trump, been forgotten by Trump, yet still believes in Trump. At his sentencing, he spoke through tears. He has little kids. "On January 6th, I was seduced by the crowd and I just moved forward. My curiosity got the better of me, and I have to live with that for the rest of my life, and I'm so sorry." Now, asked if he has any regrets about his actions that day, he says, "No, not really. If I was there slapping people around and acting stupid, yeah, I would probably be ashamed like that." What he does regret, however, is not getting a pardon. As a retired veteran, Biggs received a monthly pension that provided a large part of his income. He also received health care through the VA agency to treat post-traumatic stress disorder and a traumatic brain injury while deployed to Iraq, for which he received a Purple Heart. Thank you for your service. All of that was cut off as a result of his conviction. No pension, no medical care. "I have PTSD, I have anxiety, I have sleeping issues. You throw in 4 years of combat, plus 4 years of prison, 2 of those years in solitary confinement. I'd like to be able to go to a doctor. I'd like to be able to talk to somebody and work on some stuff." It's like all this time later, he's basically saying it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Unbelievable. Anyway, so he also can't vote anymore, and he'll never be allowed to own a gun ever again. A decorated war veteran. I love this for him.